Hey guys, Big City Texas here. I was reading this article earlier about the top 100 items to disappear first during a national emergency, and I thought I'd make a quick video about it. Number one on the list is generators, and for me, generators do not work. I'll give you a couple reasons why. I live in a big city, highly populated, and generators make a lot of noise. And unfortunately, in the day and time that we live in, people feel entitled. And if they hear me running a generator, they're going to think that I have other supplies, such as food, water, ammo, guns, things like that, and they would be right. But I don't want them knocking on my door and putting myself and my family in jeopardy. So, to me, the luxuries that the generator could provide, just not worth it. And plus there's some other alternative ways to run and power your things, so I'll go into that in a little bit. But the second reason is because I don't have a whole lot of storage room for gas. The storage room that I do have is used by my other preps. I do have some gas stored, but that's not near enough to what I would need to run a generator for a long period of time. So anyway, if you do have a lot of room and there's not a lot of people around you, like maybe out in the country or something, by all means, buy 4 generators. I mean, whatever you need to do, if that's what you want to do. I'm just saying, my opinion for where I am, it's just not worth it to me. Anyway, moving on. Number 2 on the list is water. Water filters, water purifiers, water bottles, water containers, anything that has to do with water, really, they're going to be flying off the shelf left and right. So make sure that you have ample amounts of water and many different ways to be able to purify it. Utilize your water heater and your bathtubs and things like that. We could go on and on about water and different ways to get it and purify it, but that's for another time, I guess. This is why we prep, guys, so we can be prepared for any natural disaster or economic collapse or whatever. So we do not have to rely on stores to have the supplies that we need. And plus, I don't know about you guys, but I'm on a budget. I believe that everybody is on a budget to some degree. And I am not going to be able to go out to a store when something happens and just buy everything I need, even if they had it, which they're probably not going to. But if you're new to prepping, just grab things here and there, and before you know it, you're going to have a big stockpile. Alright, moving down the list a little bit. Lamp oil, wicks, oil lamps, flashlights, the batteries to power those flashlights, lanterns, things like that. Those are going to be hard to find in one of these times. So make sure you have a way to light a room. Make sure you have matches and lighters on hand to be able to start a fire as well. What else? Guns and ammo. Check this out. This is a good topic, and you could go on for days with this topic as well. But I grew up around guns. I've been to the range many a time, been hunting. It's a hobby of mine. I like guns. If you do not have a gun, I suggest going to get one, at least for just home defense, like a pistol or a shotgun. You don't have to spend a ton of money. Just have something in your house to be able to defend your family. If you do not know how to operate the firearms, please seek out information to do so. Take a training course if you need to. There are too many accidents that you hear about on the radio or on the news regarding unsafe use of firearms. It's just not necessary. I thought this one was interesting. They put down slingshots next to the guns and ammo. And I'm going to add on compound bows and crossbows as well. These are good if you're going to be in a high populated area like I am. You can take small game with slingshots. Your ammo, if you will, is all around you. You can use rocks. And you can take small game with it. With compound bows and crossbows, if you're trained and if you're good at it, you can hunt with those. And the good thing about all these things are they're silent. You can barely hear them. So in a highly populated area, that's a good thing. You don't want to give away your position, and much less let everybody know that you have supplies. So once again, good alternative equipment to guns. Also, pepper spray. Not everything is going to call for a gun. Use pepper spray as another good alternative to guns. Manual can openers for all your canned goods. Can't tell you how many times I have been somewhere and nobody has a can opener. What's up with that? Do people not do anything on their own anymore? They have to have electric stuff everywhere? What happened if the grid went down, literally, and your electric went out? You're not going to be able to use an electric can opener. I don't get it. Anyway, have a couple of those on hand. They're cheap. Why not? Your long-term storage foods, like rice, beans, wheat, flour, things like that, those are good to have on hand for long-term situations. But make sure you are stockpiling some canned foods as well. Vegetables, fruits, canned meats. This is going to help you transition into the long-term foods. And if you're lucky enough to have gardens in your backyard and things like that, it'll just help make you feel more human, I guess, and help you transition. Also, propane cylinders or tanks. If you're anything like I am, or any Texan for that matter, you're going to have a grill. And you like to grill. So make sure you have a couple tanks on hand. You can refill them. They're great. Love them. Hygiene products. If you have women in your household, make sure you have those feminine products. Make sure you have toothpaste and floss and cleaning supplies and toilet paper, and the list goes on. Anything that has to do with hygiene, have it in your house. Have lots of it. Anything to help you keep clean is not only going to make you feel human, if you will, but it's also going to keep you healthy. Make sure you have somewhere to cook, like on a cook stove or your grill that we talked about just a minute ago. A lot of houses nowadays are running on electric, so their cooktops are all electric. Well, you don't have that anymore if the grid goes down. Have an alternative way to cook. And if that requires fuel, make sure you have a lot of that on hand.